See face to face.
He is the baddest man on the planet!
Boxing's most prolific superstar and knockout king.
I'm just a different breed. I come from a different place. These guys right here, they just want to survive. But I am the predator, while they are the prey.
Finds a familiar foe with no plans to hide.
They say he's old, but my thing is, if he's old, then whoop his old ass and get on with it.
He's a dangerous southpaw with nothing to lose.
On a big straight left, this one is over!
Que un soldado, yo soy un soldier, yo no voy a retirarme de la batalla. Y ahora menos, este es mi segundo chance, y no lo voy a desaprovechar.
But before Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz go toe-to-toe, first they'll go face to face.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I've already watched it, I'm not gonna lie. And I do admit, even though I'm a little hype, and shockingly, I'm still up in what would be 5 a.m., but it's 4 a.m. because of daylight saving time. Canelo versus Kovalev is over. UFC Masvidal versus Nate Diaz is over. And now, here on the late night or early morning, we're here watching PBC face-to-face, the premiere of Wilder versus Ortiz 2. So basically, if you don't know what face-to-face is moderated as a sit-down with the fighters, in this case, WBC world champion Deontay Wilder and current contender, former WBA interim champion Luis Ortiz, with Brian Campbell moderating. And we're going to show you some clips and some highlights and talk about the fight. So the card is now 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away, 2 weekends, right? November the 23rd, PBC on Fox pay-per-view, $74.99. Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Hey, let's go look at the card real quick. Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. You're going to have Luis Nery versus Manny Rodriguez, Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores. And who was else on the undercard again? I forgot. I done forgot already. They put it on here? I didn't forgot already. Here, let's go. Here, Wilder, Ortiz, undercard. I forgot already. Be right back. It's going to be Brandon Figueroa versus Julio Cejas. So it's going to be Wilder versus Ortiz 2, Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores. Oh wait, listen in.
These are fathers of daughters with a disability. They met once before, and Wilder knocked Ortiz out. But there's no bad blood here, only respect for how they got here and what their lives outside the ring entail. But once they get in the ring for a second time, the only reality is that Wilder has the title that Ortiz has always wanted.
When I look at Luis Ortiz, and I think the whole world of the division, the heavyweight division, when they see him, although I beat him one time, you haven't heard anyone call his name out. He's still, a respected fighter. He's still a dangerous fighter, and to be able to have this pay-per-view fight with him on Fox to start out with, what better opponent to have than Luis Ortiz?
Luis, in life, you don't often get a second chance to fix a mistake, to right a wrong. What does this fight on November 23rd mean for you and your career getting another chance at that heavyweight championship?
Yo sé que nadie quiere pelear conmigo, él es el único que va a darme la revancha. Y es lo mismo, quiero limpiar mi nombre de ganar la pelea.
Okay, Luis, can we clear the air on something? The books say you're 40 years old. Some people trying to say you're 55 years old. He didn't look like a 40-year-old that first night against you. How do you react to that?
La gente puede decir lo que quieran, ¿sabes? Sí, he estado maltratado, mi cara se ve fea de tantos años.
I think he's 40.
En el boxeo. Pero nada, mi mente está es joven.
How old are you actually?
40.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here.
You guys did some business inside the ring at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York.
I thought that was funny. But hey, if he say he's 40, motherfucker, he's 40. But he is dangerous, though. Especially being a southpaw. See, Deontay Wilder, you can always bank on him knocking you out. But if he don't, especially since Luis Ortiz is getting a rematch and can adjust, You know, what are they working on? He looks in phenomenal shape, even though he got that new hip haircut and everything. You know, he's still aged and seasoned. Did you notice he don't got like no body hair, no facial hair to keep the fucking gray stubble out? You ain't slick, Luis Ortiz. And also with this unofficial heavyweight tournament going on right now, let's talk about it. Let me give you a little, before we go watch some more highlights of the episode. By the way, there are going to be 2 more episodes of Fight Camp. Another one came on after this. So episode 1 came on last week. Episode 2 came on this week. We're going to check out the Fox Sports Go app. If you want to watch this episode, it's going to be on demand on Xfinity. I know for sure it's on Xfinity. I don't know about other services, but I know when I go to my voice remote and I go PBC face to face, you know, all the episodes, the recent episodes pop up. You know, when you go PBC Fight Camp, you know, it pops up. So I don't know if it's on your cable subscriber. I know over at your cable service. I know over in the UK, for some reason, you guys can't watch this unless it's released on the YouTube page. And sometimes they may geo-block it, meaning that even though if it's on a YouTube page, you still can't watch it. It's weird. And also, is this fight going to be on Sky Sports over in the UK? And what's going on with PBC on ITV? Is that shit just dead now? But anyway, let's talk about the heavyweight division, you know, before we go watch some more highlights. As you can see, Deontay Wilder, the WBC champion, many speculate that if he wins, he'll become WBC franchise. Andy Ruiz, IBF, WBA, WBO, he's taking on Anthony Joshua in a month, a little less than a month from now, actually. You know, and the winner is likely going to drop the WBO title, and we can have Usyk versus somebody fighting that for that. Deontay Wilder, if he wins against Luis Ortiz, is going to fight Tyson Fury in February. Tyson Fury has just fought in WWE. I watched that. Alexander Povetkin is fighting Michael Hunter. Trevor Bryan, we don't know what he's doing. So Dylan White is suspended. So basically, the heavyweight division is thinning out. So for example, if Luis Ortiz loses, then you know he goes all the way back to the end of the line, and he probably won't get a title shot for years if his career holds up. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, if he loses to Andy Ruiz, they're going to just straight rebuild it. He ain't going to get a title shot for years. You know, and then it's going to leave guys like Hubert Pulev, who's fighting in a couple of weeks, next week actually. You know, Usyk, Adam Kownacki, who's moving up. You know, Alexander Povetkin is crazy. He's still in the mix. You know, and whatever happens with Dylan White's drug test. So right now, Deontay Wilder, you know, like this is a big fight for him because if he wins, he goes on to an even bigger fight with Tyson Fury. So we'll be right back. Listen to some clips and please subscribe.
A classic heavyweight title bout that certainly people are talking about to this day.
In March 2018, the first time Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz went toe-to-toe, the Bronze Bomber had his hands full. In the early rounds, Wilder, the champion with a spotless 39-0 record, found himself in an unfamiliar position, behind on the scorecards.
Let's go back to that first fight. Let's inspect it a little bit. Deontay, this was a big one for you to answer your critics, who were still saying, you can't box, you can't do this on the elite level. Gave you some trouble through the first 4 rounds, it seemed, when it came to that boxing and the X's and O's. What was it like to be in there with Luis?
When I was in there, I knew I had to strategically move with him. I couldn't just go do anything. He's a great counterpuncher. So it allowed me to really just think about what I did before I did it. Because I knew every time I punched, he would throw back, he would have a reaction. You know, and the first time I came out and threw a punch, it was like I did a major. I was like, oh, you know, I was amazed the reaction that he gave me as soon as I gave him something. And I knew I was in for a fight at that moment in time. That's what a champion want to be up against. That's what a champion want to put his belt on the line for. And here I am again. The second time. Many people call me crazy. They say I'm crazy to go in there and fight him again. But maybe so. Maybe that's why my last name Wilder. I'm looking forward to the second one. It's going to be an amazing fight. But somebody going to get knocked out. And y'all know what I come to do. I come to bring the pain. I come to bring the knockouts.
You heard it. Somebody's going to get.
You know, that's one thing you can always expect is for Deontay Wilder, you know, like, he's going for the KO. But, you know, with this year and a year of upsets, you know, and close fights, I don't know about this fight, man. And, you know, I do see why they're putting it on pay-per-view, and I do feel that this fight can do better than Errol Spence versus Sean Porter off the fact that it's a heavyweight. You know, however, the promotion doesn't seem as full force as a Sean Errol Spence versus a Mikey Garcia or Errol Spence versus a Sean Porter. I don't know what it is. I just want him to pick it up a little bit more. You know, and maybe they're relying on the fact that he is a heavyweight and it's football season. You know, I don't know, but we need some more. You know, I'm looking forward to Deontay Wilder media call. He's pound for pound number one right now in the media calls, and a lot of these media calls, majority, are boring, but you're always going to get some good shit out of him. Also, he's got a media worker coming up on Tuesday. What is Tuesday's date? The 5th, down in Alabama. And basically, you know, we're going to roll into them heading over to Vegas for the fight. I'm going to check out ticket sales also, but with the oversaturation of so many boxing events, ticket sales is overall suffering. You know, I learned that, you know, just over the last couple of weeks. There's a lot of events going on, and it's becoming easier and easier to watch these fights on the go and on your phones and everything like that. So we already know what the path is. Like, even if he wants to, everything's already done. You know, I know people want to keep narratives going and start stories and all that shit. But Deontay Wilder, if he wins, you know, him and Tyson Fury contractually obligated to fight unless one of them get injured or some shit. Or Tyson Fury says, you know what, nah, I don't want it. So I know what people want to say. Well, you know, he can fight Andy Ruiz if Andy Ruiz beats Joshua. Nope. In a perfect world for people who want to see Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, then that shit can't happen until probably fucking September. Yo, for real. September, for real. And for the quick turnaround for Deontay Wilder to fight in November and then fight in February against two dangerous opponents, you know, like Luis Ortiz is dangerous, man, and he's got the boxing pedigree, and he's getting a second shot.
Knocked out.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Los dos hombres con deseo de pelear, más peligrosos somos él y yo. Y esta, o quedo libre yo o queda libre él para seguir siendo campeón del mundo. Esa es la gran batalla, a lo que yo digo, de los heavyweights.
His plan is the same as yours. If you asked the observers of that great fight between you in 2018, he came pretty darn close in that round 7. Your real moment of truth as a professional. How close did he come to taking that O from you?
I was in that 7th round literally talking to myself as if I was right here by myself, you know, when all that gone. That's why I was able to smuggle his punches when he was able to release all. That's why I was able to stay on the outside. I was like, make sure the ref see you punching. Make sure the ref sees you, because this look bad. If you on the outside looking in the 7th round, it looked nasty. It looked bad, you know. Even when I go back into replays and look, I'm like, oh, he gonna stop it, you know? But, you know, just all my will to win, you know, it overcame all that.
Lewis, with all due respect, I gotta think you think of that round 7 often, to drop and knock out Deontay Wilder. Does that still haunt you?
No. La pesadilla me da con el doctor, que debería haberlo noqueado también, haberle tirado al doctor, porque pienso que deberían habernos dejado seguir peleando.
Lewis brought it up, Deontay, so why don't we put it right here on the table? After that wild 7th round in which you survived, round 8 starts, referee calls time, doctor comes in to inspect you. To a lot of the people in the arena and watching at home that night, that was some kind of advantage for you, getting extra time to recover. It's something that's obviously still on the mind of Lewis entering this rematch November 23rd. What happened?
But I can't see how 2 seconds can be
Now, some people can argue that, well, you know, you can't be bitching about, you know, Tyson Fury getting up and being cool from being damn near dead, you know? But, you know, it is what it is. I didn't really personally see anything wrong with it.
Can be an ick factor. Because any fighter knows 2 seconds not gonna do nothing. That's not giving me
nothing. Yeah.
Was that 2 seconds?
That's not giving me nothing.
No, nothing. Yo solo digo que nadie debía haberse metido. Deberían dejarnos seguir peleando.
He's saying nobody should have came up. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. If you want to watch it, I already told you you can watch it on PBC on demand or on the Fox Sports Go app. If it's up there, we're gonna have our last little break. Talk about some predictions. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.
I respect you as a family man. I won the battle, and I will win the war. Come November 23rd. I love how you thinking that I'm in your toothpaste, I'm in your mouthwash. I love that you thinking that way, but that lets me know how serious is you about this fight, and I can't.
Prediction time, Lewis. November 23rd. How does this fight end?
It's knockout. It's knock me or it's knock him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Period.
Fired up. Can't wait for this one. Second helping of a classic heavyweight championship class. November 23rd, Las Vegas, live on Fox pay-per-view when the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder defends his WBC heavyweight championship against King Kong Luis Ortiz. Oh, yeah. Can we shake on this, make it official here before fight night?
Blessings, blessings.
So that was the end. I jumped to the end. I'm predicting 300,000 pay-per-view buys. You know, I'm going to be shocked if it does under 200,000. I'm predicting estimates around 300,000. But then again, we never really got the official Spence versus Porter numbers, despite what you may, but whatever. I'm hoping that the fight does well. Luis Ortiz is very dangerous. Despite me picking Kovalev to beat Canelo, I know that Deontay Wilder can knock Luis Ortiz out. He's already did it already. And usually when a fighter gets knocked out in the first fight, they usually get brutally knocked out, usually worse, in the second fight, or they fight kind of scared. In this case, Luis Ortiz at 48 years old has nothing to lose, right? In regards to the undercard, I'm looking forward to Brandon Figueroa versus Julio Ceja. Remember, Ceja had that very good fight against Guillermo Rigondeaux. I'm also looking forward to Luis Nery versus Manny Rodriguez, even though I expect Luis Nery to make easy work of Manny Rodriguez. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. So since it's the biggest fight of the month now, since Canelo versus Kovalev and UFC is over, we got, of course, depending on how you look at it, Noye versus Donaire. We are going to be putting out a lot of content. And Fight Week should be interesting. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.
All my will to win, it overcame all that.
Lewis, with all due respect, I got to think you think of that round 7 often. That could have changed all the fortunes in your life and career.